I've had an opportunity to work with Nana Patekar, who is again a brilliant actor. My generation worked a lot for sure. We were doing three films in the same day. We were working 18, 20 hours a day. Those were crazy work days. I just recently worked with Karthik. He's such a fine actor. I worked with Ranbir Kapoor. He's such a fine actor. I see Alia's work. Honestly, I see her films and I say, wow, she's gone uh, way notch over. I could have done probably.
Hello everyone, I am Swastika Sa and I will be your host today on behalf of Pinkvilla USA. Today's segment is very special because I have with me one of the most talented and successful actresses known for her work in both commercial and our house cinema, who's inspired and influenced many throughout her career. She has done it all, seen it all, and been through it all. I am so honored to welcome Manisha Koirala in conversation with Pinkvilla USA. Hi Manisha, thank you so much for doing this, and I'm so excited to speak with you today.
I am so thrilled to be speaking with you.
Manisha, as a Nepali myself, I am so excited to speak to you today about your journey in the film industry. So a lot of people don't know this, but you actually made your acting debut in 1989, correct me if I'm wrong, in a Nepali movie called Feri Betola. And since then, you've been part of such amazing projects such as Dil Se, Akele Hum Akele Tum, and recently Sanju, and so much more. So I want to start off by asking you, how would you summarize these last 3 decades working and growing in the industry?
It's been eventful, a huge roller coaster ride, and the most wonderful 3 decades of my life. Yes, in 3 decades, I had opportunity to work in some of the finest films, and it has enriched me with so much of life and experiences and understanding. I just love what I do.
So I want to start off by asking, how was your experience shooting for India's Sweet and Spice? And you play a role of Indian American mother in the movie. How did you sort of relate to the character in the movie?
Well, the script was given to me by the producer, and I just fell in love with the story. I just loved. As an actor, I always wanted to explore different language. This is my first English speaking film. I've done Tamil film, I've done Bengali film. So this is my first English speaking film. So I was very excited, very nervous. So many times when we speak, we're speaking English, but I don't know if I would do it right when I have to speak a dialogue. So definitely a lot of preparation before I did. And my experience working in this film was very enriching. Very enriching. The whole cast, the whole crew, people from different parts of the world. Like, there are 2 boys acting in the film. They both are from UK. They joined in. Deepthi is based out, who plays my friend. She is based out of LA, but she's traveled. She's a globe trotter. I have to say, she's worked in India. She's from India, but she's lived in various parts of the world. And Sophia, who's playing my daughter, again, very, very talented actor. Based out of LA, and Geeta Malik, writer director. She's probably a second generation immigrant, and the story probably is inspired by her own life. And she's a writer director, and I loved working in this entire film. The producers are Americans. And Kilian is a very good friend of mine who works in a lot of crossover projects. He's in Mumbai most of the time, and he has backed so many different projects. So I think the world is coming together, and this film probably is product of that. We could be living in any part of the world. I'm from Nepal, living in Mumbai, and working for India Sweden Spices in USA. So I think the world has become very small, and we could be anywhere. And for this project, we came together. So it's a really warm, nice, coming of age sort of a film. I loved being part of this, and producers have been Naomi has been superb. So a lot of the whole team, a lot of crew, and everybody else was very interesting and lovely to work with them.
That's awesome. So do you visit US often, and did you find the surroundings and the situation in the movie sort of familiar, or is that something you had to kind of, do more of kind of preparation for?
Obviously, I don't know much about the Indian American culture. I have definitely traveled multiple times. Being in my profession, we shoot in various parts of the world all the time. And so obviously I've traveled for work across the globe. So USA also many times. Also, I have family and friends who are very close to me, are living there. But once you're not living there, you probably do not know the details of what really goes on. So I did not know. But that's fine, and that's the best part of being an actor, is we get to play roles that we don't know much about, and through working in the script, through working in this thing, we actually understand different cultures and different thing much more. Said that, there is certain aspect of Sheila I also relate to, like a younger Sheila. She's a rebel. She works for women's equality, and she gets into trouble because her individuality, her belief system, and later on, when her mother starts falling sick, there's a parental pressure, the society pressure. So there's a lot of all that. But the rebel part, I also do relate to. When I was younger, I think when you're young, most of us have been a rebel. So,
No, for sure. And I think movies or films like this are really craving paths for South Asian representation. So with that, I do want to ask you, what do you think about South Asian representation in the global cinema, and are things looking good for us?
Yeah, I think, first of all, I feel more and more stories are being told, and people are ready to watch from various parts of the world. Like, earlier on, say 20 years back, because I have been a cinema lover, I would watch different language movies, whether it's Japanese, Chinese, South American, Iranian, different, and even in India, there's different kind of languages I love watching. Malayalam films is meant to be one of the top film industry in India, and some of the Bengali films are excellent. Satyajit Ray, and so we different languages and different cultures I've been watching. But I think today, now in last 5, 7, 10 years, the world is becoming a smaller, and a lot of people are making movies of different cultures, different languages, and so, and our part, our South Asian culture is also being shown in different films, the stories. And what really is important is, at the end of the day, it's a human story. We could be different, we could be part of different world, different society. But if it's a human story, we do connect and do, relate to it. So time has come, and a lot of people are making projects of different culture, and the audience are watching. They are accepting it. I watch Crazy Rich Asian, and it's an entertainer. It's a fun film, and I'm just hoping even this movie gets a wider audience,
Yeah.
and get more stories from our part of the world.
What has been your favorite movie of yours in your career? I know you've had such an amazing sets of movies, but one that really you had a lot of fun shooting.
I've worked with some of the finest filmmakers, so it's difficult to choose. But I would say Khamoshi, I would say Bombay, I would say Dil Se, Akele Hum Akele Tum. Yeah. And I a film called Lajja, art, and Dear Maya also. I loved working in that film as well.
That's awesome. So from the time you first started as an actor to now with India Sweets and Spice, how has the course of movie making changed over the years? And do you miss the old ways?
My generation worked a lot, for sure. We were doing 3 films in the same day. We were working 18, 20 hours a day. Those were crazy work days. But at the same time, I feel we didn't have so much of pressure. You see, today I feel the younger generation has a lot more pressure on them to be perfect in each and everything, So that pressure we didn't have. We could do mistake and it was forgiven. There was more of humanity. There was more of rawness. There was more of, loose ends, and it was fine to take it easy.
Who's your favorite, new age actor or actress in the industry?
Well, there's so many good performers. It's very difficult to choose. I just recently worked with Karthik. He's such a fine actor. I worked with Ranbir Kapoor. He's such a fine actor. Mm-hmm. I see Alia's work. Honestly, I see her films and I say, wow, she's gone way notch over. I could have done probably. So her. I would say Kangana, when I saw her film. Queen, she was brilliant in Queen. Not seen after that. There's so many good actors. There's so many, all of them. I saw Ranveer Singh. So his films as well. With Zoya, he had done amazing work.
Who has been your personal favorite co-star, and do you have any special memories with them that you would like to share with us?
Well, I was fortunate to work with some of the finest, directors. When you get a good director and, of course, a good performer as a co-actor, so Nipit Suhaga, kind of a thing. I've always preferred to work with a good director than a good co-actor, honestly speaking. But having said that, I've had an opportunity to work with Nana Patekar, who is again a brilliant actor. Arvind Swamy, a brilliant actor. Aamir Khan, a brilliant actor. I mean, I love to see his recent movies nowadays. I think his skills, he has sharpened his skills like 100 times fold from the time before.
Mm-hmm.
Each is surprising his audience, his fans, in a good way. In recent time, I loved working with Adil. Adil is a phenomenal actor. He's so nice and natural and a good performer.
Apart from your wonderful career, people also look up to you in ways that, you fought some of your personal battles. What life lessons would you like to share with our viewers? I know you recently went on your Instagram to talk about mental health and all of that.
Okay, my message is to never give up. and always try your level best. No matter even if you don't see the immediate results, trust me, your hard work, your passion for what you're doing doesn't go waste. What is good is that we have our support system, our family, our friends, people who can guide us in times of darkness. And I feel we all need to seek out help if we need to. There's no shame in that. And ask for an advice or share your problem, that whatever you're going through. And I learned a lot of things during my cancer journey. And one of them was to ask for help if you need it. This was a message which was given to me by Lisa Ray. She also had battled. And so she said, Manisha, don't shy away from asking for help if you need it.
Manisha, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but thank you so much for doing this. I was really looking forward to this interview because, like I said, as a fellow Nepali myself, I don't see a lot of Nepali representation out there.
Talking to me, and I want to wish you all good luck for you.
I would like you to say something in Nepali.
So here I go. So तपाईसँग कुरा गर्दाखेरि असाध्यै राम्रो लाग्यो र मेरो सिनेमा इन्डिया स्वीट एन्ड स्पाइसेस आइरहेछ, भोलि रिलिज हुन्छ 19 नोभेम्बरमा। प्लिज आउनुहोस्, सिनेमा हेर्नुहोस् अनि मलाई राम्रो फिडब्याक दिनुहोस्।
मेरो नेपाली त्यति राम्रो छैन, तर सुनेर एकदम Well, thank you so much, Manisha. I am so excited to share this interview with everyone out there. So yeah, thank you again for doing this and have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.